Well, hello, everybody. It's me, Rashi, here with another edition of Parent to Parent. And sorry, we have a newscast going on right now, which is why it's great. We have live TV and live newscast going on. Our weather center is like really close to my desk. So that's why you're hearing that. Anyway, we're talking about something so important. My camera is right here. So let me look into the camera. That looks kind of weird, though. Whatever. Um, there's this there's so many TikTok challenges. And this one, I saw it and we reported on it on air, and it's just ridiculous. I have video of it, and I'm hoping that I can. First, let me tell you what's going on in there. I basically, let me see if I can talk while I'm showing you this. Yes, I can. Okay. So it's on TikTok. You can see the kids' expressions. They're just kind of, all different. Yep, that's parents cracking the egg on the head. And you can see 1.7 million views, 9.3 million views. Parents using content of their kids for views, which is just ridiculous. And basically, what you're looking at here is, I'll try to show it again. There we go. We do this on our own. So it's called the egg prank. Parents seen cooking with their kids in a kitchen before taking a raw egg and telling the child that they're going to crack it, but then rather than breaking and dropping the egg into a bowl or pan, the parents instead crack open the shell by smashing it on the child's face. First of all, ouch. Secondly, what about salmonella? Like we don't even, there's so many layers to this. But my first reaction as a parent was, what the heck? This is ridiculous. And the parents are not aware of the repercussions of this. And I did speak with a psychiatrist, psychotherapist who also helps adults deal with trauma. And a lot of the trauma comes from ages 1 through 3. You would think that you're not that impressionable, but you are. It does matter. The other big issue is the fact that it's on the internet now. And your child could be 18 and be like, what the heck, mom and dad? Like, where's this coming from? What repercussions does that have? We're already, parents are getting TikTok names for their children who are like 2 or 3, or, like getting all these social media handles. Like, I understand email, but I just think it's really ridiculous. And I'm not the only one. We have Tanya Jordan, who is here with me. Hello.
Hi.
Thank you for being here.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me, and thank you for covering this. I don't think
Yes.
enough parents are realizing how bad it is until after the fact.
Yes. And I just want to say that I think that it's so great that you're speaking on this. You also have a book out. It's called Parenting in a Tech World, and you can get it right now. Here it is. Why did you want to write this book?
Well, my co-author and I, Matt McKee, he's a dad of 2. I'm a mom of 1. We both help to protect, through Bark Technologies, over 6.5 million children across the nation. And based on that footprint, based on our data, based on what we're seeing happening with kids today, we realized that parents just don't realize what is happening, and we needed to help them. So we have a Facebook group, but we also wrote this book in case some people aren't on Facebook and really want to dig deep.
Definitely. And what has the response been so far of people who have received the book? Because it's been doing really well on Amazon.
Yeah, and thank you for highlighting it. People, parents keep saying, I just didn't know. I
Mm-hmm.
had no idea. And I have felt that same way. My son is in high school now. I do this every day for a living, and I'm still learning things that would shock most parents.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I am too. And it's crazy. Oh, I'll just bring up one thing that's happening at our school district, which is
Yeah.
crazy. And I don't know how to maneuver. Um, my 6 year old, the school district is looking at adding transgender bathrooms. And it's not even a question of where you stand on that. It's a question of, how do you explain this? How do you, um, in a way that they can understand long term,
Mm,
um, to where it's what if they want to go to that bathroom? What if they want to, but why is it for somebody just like that? It's not the fact that we don't want their voices heard or whatever. Let's just play just middle field here. It's just, why do I have to go to this one? They go to this one, and then you have this third option too.
Yeah, what you're bringing up is exactly what parents don't realize is that children today have access to information that children before them didn't until they were much
Mhm.
older, whether
Right.
it's around sexuality or violent content or mental health issues. They are exposed to mature content and themes at a much younger age, at a much more frequent rate than any
Mhm.
one of us can imagine.
Definitely. And the language and everything is so different too, that only people in that age group can kind of understand. For example, I'll never forget my cousin who is now in college, but she was in junior high and she was like, "This boy held my hand waffle style." I'm like, "Waffle style?" And that was like this.
I was like, uh-oh,
No. And I'm like, "What
I
is
should know
waffle
this.
style?" You know what I mean? So it's like, "Oh my God, he held my hand waffle style." Like, like that's an innocent thing. But what I mean is like, you know, that was harmless. But there's other things we don't know the lingo. We don't, we talk about it, but even Facebook, kids are getting away from Facebook because it's like the older people are on there. So that's not cool anymore.
Oh,
So yeah. But I am just so amazed, as are you, with this TikTok challenge and just parents in general. I mean, let me show your Instagram, pulling it up right here. And I mean, you have some great contact. I really do invite all of y'all to follow her on Instagram. And there's this whole thing, and you're just, raw and uncensored. No curse words here, though. But it's like, what in the world? And the comments that you're getting here seem to all be in one
supportive.
direction, which is, I can't believe it. These
Right.
parents, what are they doing? Um, but it's very interesting with what happened to you on your Facebook. So can you explain what happened?
Yes. So there's a Facebook group called Parenting in a Tech World that has close to 400,000 parents in it now. And I was in my feelings about this egg crack challenge. And I went to the
What's
group
in
and
my
I was,
feelings?
yeah. And I was like, parents, please stop cracking eggs on your kids' foreheads
Hmm.
and filming it and posting it to the internet, period. Just 3 sentences. It got like 500 comments in under an hour. We had to turn comments off because it was just so, it was flying off the handle.
Hmm.
And a lot of parents, the majority was supportive, but a lot of parents were like, I'll do what I want with my kid. And I'm just like, wow, maybe you don't belong in this group because this is a group of like supportive, kind families that do not disguise having a bit of a laugh as abuse and trauma. Like that's not what
Uh-huh.
this group is for.
Right,
So
right.
but then I had some other parents that were like, I did this with my 13-year-old. We really did think it was funny. And I'm like, that sounds funny. I don't judge you for that. I'm talking about when your kid is 2, 3,
Hmm.
4, and you're breaking bonds of trust with them and you're
Hmm.
humiliating them before they can even speak up and understand where that content is going to go.
Right, right. I mean, but it's so true because I have a 3-year-old and she was trying to put her shorts on by herself. And
So
she put
sweet.
them on the same, the whatever. She put both legs in one hole or whatever. And I started laughing because it was funny. And she said, "Why are you laughing at me?" And I'm like, "You know what? My bad. I'm sorry. Let me help you with this." Because she gets, I mean, kids get that at that. We don't remember what that was like, but I mean, like, they're very smart and they can understand that. And like, why that's not, it's just like the privacy thing. Like my kids will be like, "Okay, let me do this by myself," when they're going to the bathroom. I don't know where they learned that from, but it's just kind of like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, you do your thing. You do it by yourself. Yes, you're going to make a mess, but it's okay. That's your, she'll brush her teeth by herself too and do all that. But there's so much more to it. And I didn't realize that. And I don't know if generations older have realized that because just of how they've grown up, where it's like none of these little things add up to a bigger picture, which I mean is so crucial, especially now with access to so much in such little time.
Yeah, and we really need to be modeling appropriate tech usage for our kids, not desensitizing them to things like viral challenges that involve pranks and humiliation. Like we
Hmm.
have to set a good example for them. We can't use our children as content, as ploys for engagement, likes, comments, follows, the potential to
Mhm.
go viral. Kids are not content.
And why do you think that parents feel that it's okay? Because you could be a parent with good intentions,
Yeah.
but why would you feel that it's okay to put it out there, like using your kids as content, do you think?
Exactly, because you yourself were on TikTok and you saw their parents doing it. And at
Right.
first you laughed and you didn't see the harm in it, which is completely understandable. So you hop on the trend. It's peer pressure.
Yeah.
It's one video begets another video.
It's that
But then
groupthink mentality.
exactly. But then you realize, wait a minute, this might not have been a good choice. And when you do, please go delete it. I'm not here to judge you. I am a
Mhm.
mom. I have made so many mistakes and I will continue to make mistakes. But watching those videos and seeing the children's hurt, embarrassment, surprise, shock, it just didn't sit well with me in my heart. And
Mhm.
I really, really hope that this next generation isn't becoming desensitized to feelings. It's a big problem with kids not having empathy for others, and that's why bullying is off the charts and mental health is where it is with kids. Like we have got to do better.
Yeah, and I think that there's also a line that is drawn when it comes to making, like, oh, just be strong. This is, not a big deal kind of thing. There's a difference between make making sure that your child's not too sensitive
Yeah.
to making sure your child is not harmed, because this is even like the toughest people have the softest heart and can totally just break down because of this trauma they don't even know about, which is what we're you can go to our website and hear about Jamie McCoy, who I spoke with on this, which she deals with trauma that adults have, tries to work through all of them. And it was so shocking to me because she said it all comes down from the ages of 1 to 3 or 1 to 5.
Yes, and I'm so glad that we're going back to that age issue because I get it. Like there are definitely parents out there that are like, why are these people making such a big deal about an egg crack challenge? And I hear you. I can understand why you're thinking that. It's less about the challenge and more about the age of the child. If
Mm-hmm.
they are 3 years or under, or I would say even 6 years or under, like just
Right,
wait because they are not able to fully process the fact that it is a joke and they can trust you.
right.
Um, and also just think about the fact, I don't know if you've ever tried to crack an egg,
Oh yeah.
not on a bowl, but it hurts.
Yes, it does.
It hurts. And so we're not in the business of hurting our kids, even if it's minor, right? So yeah, I get it. People think, what's the big deal? It is a big deal. And you don't have to trust me and you don't have to trust Rashi. Trust the experts. Trust the child trauma
Mm-hmm.
psychotherapists that are screaming, don't do this.
Right, right. Because I mean, one of the things that she had said, actually, I can pull it up because I was just, it's just that, she said that most children are going to do whatever it takes to please their caregivers anyway, even if they don't fully understand what's going on. They go along to get along. And it
Yep.
might be nervous laughing and how they go about and learn that humiliation that is a form
Yeah.
of playfulness. And this is how we play together. And the other thing is that if you, like, to the point that you were making, to Tanya, that some people might think, okay, it's just a little silly gag, it doesn't really matter. Well, it could have the potential to send the message to a young developing nervous system that, oh wow, if I can trust these people, if I cannot, then who can I trust? And all of that can happen at such a young age. And this is coming from a professional on what happens to your brain. And it is
Exactly.
like one of the most complex things, and parents don't always know what's best because it might be best for them, like you were saying, age appropriate. Like if I did that on my husband, that would be different. Like that would be funny, right? Like,
I actually had somebody in the group say, but can I do this on my husband?
yeah,
Sure.
sure.
Fine.
Do it on, yes.
Y'all are adults. Do what
A
you want.
lot of stuff I implement with, like, okay, so we did, actually, like, three parents ago or something. This lady, she's so sweet. She's from up north somewhere, and she got like 73 million views for this what do you call it? It's like this chart that her mom made. And it's very easy to make. You put little Velcro tabs on it, and it's like, when you get ready for bed, do you brush your teeth? Check. Do you do this? And it's like this. You can see it on Instagram. But anyway, she was just talking about how beneficial it was for her to make it for her 3 children who are under the age of 5 and her husband.
Oh my gosh. I was just talking with
Yeah,
my
in
mom.
fact, I want to just show you guys like it's just to show you the age thing. Like it's ridiculous because people think that this is, you know, this is ridiculous that we're talking about it, but it really is not. I can't find it now, obviously, but um, yeah, it's just important to note that um, you know, we as parents have to be mindful of the kids and what they see too, because YouTube is such a big thing for little kids.
Oh,
And I find myself like listening to something like, wait, what's happening here? What's going on?
mhm.
What do you advise parents when it comes to, I mean, we can't help but give our kids YouTube sometimes and be like, I just need a break, you know? So what do you advise parents to do on that front?
When it comes to watching YouTube, I would say make sure you're utilizing YouTube Kids, especially
Mm-hmm.
for younger children. It's just a safer option. YouTube is the wild, wild west. They
Yes.
can stumble across anything. It might look like cartoons, but it's actually pornography. So, YouTube Kids, uh,
Yes.
if you need to let some screen time occupy your children, and then also set time limits. Again, I'm saying this as somebody who wished they did it, not as somebody who did it successfully.
Mm-hmm.
But kids are getting too much screen time. Uh, JAMA just came out with a pretty jarring report around how bad screen time is for kids under the age of 5. And so we need to go back in time to a place where kids could just be bored and play
Mm-hmm.
with Tupperware and
Mm-hmm.
look at books before they could even read them and play with anything but a screen.
Yes.
We have to go back there. It has become too convenient, too easy, and it is damaging our children.
Yes. And I have to tell you that you also cannot let this pressure of kids being in all these activities and stuff, like other parents do that, and that might work for them. But y- y- the amount of activities your child is in does not equate to the type of parent you are. Like, and we
No.
have basketball, then we have gymnastics, and we have this, and I take them here and I take them there. And it's like, sometimes you feel that pressure because I remember feeling it myself like, wait, hold on, mine's not in anything but school. Like, is that okay? I mean, we're barely making it to baseball. Like, I don't know how we're supposed to do, and it's okay. And my mom has to keep reminding me about this, and now I'm gotten better at it. Where you don't have to entertain them all the time, Rashi. Like, you don't have to have play dates, and you don't have to have
Yes.
like just let
Let
them
them
be. Don't
let
have the
them be
TV on.
bored.
Yes,
Bored is a good thing.
it is. And there's this, I don't know if you're into Star Wars, but
Yes.
um okay, so my son is obsessed with it. And there's that 80 AT-AT or
Uh-huh.
the dog looking thing. I call
Yep.
it a dog, but it's not, I know. But he made it out of boxes. And he figured that, and I'm like, he's like, look, mom, look what I did. I was like, awesome. You
You're a
know,
genius. You're a
but
genius.
my first reaction is like, okay, let me go just like buy it on Amazon so that he has that thing or whatever. But I just let him be bored, and you will just be so surprised because that's what we did, right? Like we figured it out. Our parents weren't always entertaining us.
Yeah,
Never were they.
I'd have to go to work with my parents, and my mom was a nurse, and my dad did a lot of different things, but at the time was a real estate agent. I'd have to, play with the tape and the staplers in the office. Like that's it. That's all I had.
You figure it out.
I figured it out.
You figure it out. Like all these like summer camps and going from this to that. But we're just gonna have to figure it out. You have these toys, and we're
Yeah.
gonna figure this out. Well,
Yes.
I'm gonna show you. I got this to load. So let
Okay.
me show you this. This was um
Oh,
it's
that's
on the right side there.
yes.
Um, this is the chart. And so I think I think I play it too. But this chart has helped so much. And you can even add, which I did, screen time. So turn off and it I'm not joking. Titania, she has 73 million views. She went on Good Morning America for this.
Lauren Geisting?
Geisting, yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, about to follow her.
Yeah. As we speak.
Yeah, Lauren
Isn't that
Geisting.
like, and it's her mom that helped her with that. And it's like this, they're just so excited to be a part of this thing. And it has nothing to do with screen time or anything. And my son made his own. And like he put like for bedtime, read a book. He put the Star Wars book or whatever. So it's his own thing. And I got the Velcro. You get 100 Velcro for like $6 on Amazon. So anyway,
So
it's just all these things. And I know it's hard. And I just like to relate it to parents that we just don't have a manual. Your book is a tool and it's so great. And so it's like, speaking of experiences and what works, what doesn't, I think that's the most helpful thing to keep the line of communication going.
absolutely. Like I am currently right now struggling with the fact that I can't go back in time.
Yeah.
Every day feels like a gut punch because I'm like, I wish I knew. I wish I knew. And if I knew, I could have done better. And a lovely parent pediatrician who's a little bit ahead of me in life and has grown children said, you can't beat yourself up. You did
Hmm.
the best you could with the information that you had. And
Yes.
that made me feel good, but then it also was like, okay, if I had more information though, I could have done better. So let's inform all of these parents who are in that space where they can do
Yes.
better.
Well, let me tell you this, that my mom feels that way too, because she came to the US when she was 20, didn't really know much. Um, and she sees what I do for my children. And she's like, I wish I would have known that. I wouldn't have done it this way. I wish I would have. And I love her to death. And we're so close. And I'm like, look, I know that you did the best you could. I'm speaking from the other side with
Yeah.
what you knew and
Yeah.
working and doing all the, juggling all this other stuff. And you are an inspiration. And the only thing you can do is break that curse with your grandkids, with me, with my kids. And it's like, as you learn, you can either apply it or just not. So it's like people take this more spiritual talk that I'm talking about, which I've listened to, but you could take this and use it as knowledge or turn it into wisdom. And many people don't turn it to wisdom. So you're doing just that. And you're really benefiting so many more people than you might have if you would have learned the same thing a long time ago. So you're
That's a
reaching a
really
lot
good
of
point.
people.
That's
Yeah.
a really good point. Thank you for that. Yeah.
Yes. And I think that I mean, I wish I would have done stuff in school differently if I knew how easy junior high really was in high school. You
I
know what I
know.
mean? Like you could beat yourself up and it's like there's no point because our train's moving forward.
That's
That's
right. You have to make
that's
the most of the time you have. You just have
yes.
to go forward. I love
Yep,
it.
definitely. All right, well, we could go on and on. But I really appreciate you taking the time to do this and I hope to have you back again soon.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for all that you do. And thank you everybody for watching. Rashi is the best.
Oh, you're so sweet. Oh, thank you. And thank you all for joining us for this edition of Parent to Parent. I hope this really helps. And I do want to put this up real quick. Again, Titania has the book out, Parenting in a Tech World, and you can get this on Amazon. And it's just a great tool that you can have. And I'm sure it will help you throughout the time that you're parenting in the thick of it with teenagers, especially because the internet is everywhere. So until next time,